So we are ready to go. This our sun token is on our tracker. The special rule around that, of course, is when it hits 5, we are going to have Strahd spawn in his crypt and chase after us on our way out to the secret staircase. When you start this adventure, we're going to read some flavor text. You wake up alone in the depths of Castle Ravenloft. The last thing you remember was that man with the piercing eyes and long cape approached you in the dark street outside the inn. It had to be Count Strahd the vampire. Outside the castle, you know that the sun is high in the sky. Now you have to find your way out of here before the sun sets, and Strahd returns to finish whatever foul plot he began last night. So we are ready to go on our adventure. You can see we are in the crypt, and we have our sequence of play, and we will do our first turn. So we are ready for our first turn. We are going to use our sequence of play. Our first sequence is the hero phase, and we would use our healing surge at this point if we had blown all our hit points. We have 10 hit points. So the first thing we can do is we can attack and move and attack, and move. We are limited to our space along the tiles because the explore phase. So what we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is move our hero. That is as far as he can go. Once he hits the edge, or he stops moving, we are going to pull a dungeon tile. We will then align our dungeon tile with the black triangle towards my hero. Now the good news is that, of course, with the black triangle, we don't have to advance the sun token. However, we do have to spawn a monster. So we will pull a monster card and put that in front of me for now. It is a wolf. And we're going to explain what the wolf does when we get to the villain phase. We will put the wolf on the bone pile to spawn. One of the great things of this game is that it actually references the pages of this particular card. So it makes it very easy for you to find where in the rules we are. So we've explored, the black tile comes out. The rules state that when we start the villain phase, we are going to encounter. We've drawn our monster card, which was the wolf. It is the villain phase now. If you didn't place a tile during your exploration phase, or if you placed a tile with a black triangle, draw an encounter card. So here is our encounter. It is the Prowling Ghost. I don't think this is a good thing. And it says, attack the active hero. After you attack, draw a tile from the bottom of the dungeon stack and place it adjacent to an unexplored edge that is close to the active hero. Place a new monster on that tile, and then place the active hero on that tile. Attack the active hero. Oh, okay. So the ghost is going to... So if we look at this here, we have a ghost that is going to encounter us. He's going to attack us with a +9 and then a +1 damage. If we look at our AC, which is 17, he's going to have to roll the dice and add +9. If he hits a 17 total, he's going to do 1 damage to us. And we bounced out. So there we go. 11 +9 is 20. We take 1 damage. Then we are going to take a tile from the bottom of the deck. Now, if this is the staircase, this is going to be good for us. And it is the secret staircase. Oh my gosh. This is going to be the shortest game on record. And then we have to spawn another monster. So we're going to draw a monster card, of course. If the skeleton hero is adjacent, so we're not there yet. So he is a 16-1, and we're going to explain his tactics in a moment. But we are just finishing the villain phase at the moment. And we are going to put them in the order which we've drawn them. So we have the wolf and the skeleton. And we will spawn the skeleton here. So that is about the strangest thing I've ever seen in me playing a game. So I am going to take the bottom tile off of this. I'm going to take the bottom 9 tiles and I'm going to reshuffle that back in. We're going to put our skeleton archer on the tile that we just drawn. I'm going to find a specific white tile just to match the sameness of the tile. Actually, it doesn't really matter because we don't trigger an encounter on that. So let's give me a minute and we'll play with that. I want to give you more of a game than just the 30 seconds of play where I go, hey, pull, game counter, win. Because basically what's going to happen is I would clear these 2 monsters off. I probably might have an encounter or 2, but within a turn I'm actually going to be out in this game. So just give me a minute and we're going to play some magic and not play some magic, but do some magic with the board, and we're going to give you a little bit more of the game. So in order to facilitate yesterday's surprise, I've switched the tile out. So I took the bottom tile of what was remaining here and put it here, and then shuffled the secret staircase back into the dungeon tiles, the bottom 10 as opposed to, or the bottom 9 I should say, only because I didn't want the game to end so quickly. So anyway, so we've got our explorer, we've done our encounter, which was the prowling ghost that actually allowed us to put this tile out. It attacked us, it did 1 damage. At this point now we're into the villain phase. Now we have no villains. Strahd would be a villain, and then then we're going to activate each monster and trap you control in turn in the order of you drew them. So the first thing we're going to do is look at the wolf's tactics. And the wolf says, if the wolf is adjacent to the hero, it attacks the hero with bite. If the wolf is, and we're not adjacent here. If the wolf is within 2 tiles of the hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks the hero with pounce. Otherwise, the wolf moves 2 tiles towards the closest hero. So he is going to pounce on me. Pounce is a +7. My AC is 17, so he has to do a 10. Of course, he rolls a 19. He does 1 damage to me. You can see how fast the damage is going up. So I have 2 out of 8. Next up is our skeleton. His tactics are, if the skeleton is adjacent to the hero, it attacks with the scimitar. If the skeleton is within 1 tile, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks with the hero with slice. Otherwise, the skeleton moves 1 towards the hero. Well, he is going to attack with slice, so he's going to come across and says, I slice you, which is a +9. And again, my 19. So again, we are just going to get smacked silly. So we have already lost 3 hit points, and that is the end of the sequence. It is my turn now. We're going to go back to the top, which is the hero phase. Now, I definitely want to attack. So I have to decide what my attack's going to be. And if I hit, I don't have to take a treasure card. I can actually regain a hit points. But let's do a Tide of Iron. Attack 1 adjacent monster. If you hit, place that monster, if it isn't destroyed, on a tile within 1 tile of you, and you can move to any square in your tile. So we're going to do a hit here. It is a +8. So the wolf, I think we're going to try it for the wolf. The wolf is a 14. I have an 8. I really just need to roll a 6. Let's try that again in the actual. So we have rolled a 6. 6 plus 8 is 14. We have killed the wolf. We can regain a hit point, but I really would like to see if I can maybe get a blessing or something. Okay, so we're going to... We've got an opportunity, actually. I think what we're going to do is we're going to heal up 1 of these hit points. Now, as you can recall, the hero can move and attack, attack and move and move and move. He's going to move. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can take this monster to our own. I'm just going to put the monsters here. I have 1 experience. I need 5. So I've moved to the edge of the board. That is the end of what I do. Now we're into the encounter phase, or the explorer phase, I should say. You can see we have drawn a black tile. So that is going to trigger a... So far we've avoided the white tiles moving this along, which is kind of nice. So now we're going to spawn a monster. Again, we are going to spawn a monster. This monster is a rat swarm. Here he is, right there. There's a little rat swarm. So he now spawns. Now we have 2 monsters that we have to deal with. So we've done our explorer phase. We are now into the villain phase. We do have to take an encounter because we have a black triangle here. Let's just see what we have. This has already been taken care of. We'll just pull that off to the side. Over here, we have event, neglected passage. If a start tile is not in play, discard this card and draw a new encounter card. If the start title, so we don't have a start tile because that's not it, so we have to draw a new one. Let's hope it's something really positive, like, hey, you get all your hit points back. This is event, Strahd Hunger. Choose the hero with the most hit points remaining. That hero takes 1 damage and is immobilized. I'll just put that there. So I'm going to take another damage. And I'm immobilized. That basically means I can't move. I don't know if that actually has a condition. Slowed. Oh, there he is. Immobilized. We are immobilized. And you can see there is a little token for it. That means I can't move next turn. That is not good for us. Now we've done the villains would move if we had a villain. The skeleton is going to move first. If he's within 1 tile, he's going to move adjacent and use the charging slice, which is that +9. So basically anything. I'm a 17. He rolls a 1. Misses. Yes. It is now the wolf's turn. Or the rat swarm. If the rat swarm is within 1 tile of the hero, it moves to the closest hero tile and attacks the hero with its bite. It is a +7. 7 plus 8 is 15. He did not hit my AC, so we didn't take any damage. So that is good. So now we've had the villain phase. We're back to our hero phase. Our hero, of course, can't move. So the only thing he can do is 1 attack. So he is going to go after that skeleton. The skeleton's AC is 16. My attack is a +8. I'm going to use my Tide of Iron. Oops. 17 plus 8 is 25. The skeleton is now gone. He gives me 2 experience. I can gain a hit point. I think I'm going to take a treasure. Play this fortune immediately. Days. Put this card face up on a monster card. The next time that monster would activate, discard this card instead, which is perfect. We'll put it on our rat swarm. And the next villain phase, he's going to be fine. So we've now done our villain phase. We're back to our hero phase. We are no longer immobilized. Yay! The bad news to that, and I forgot, I actually would have had to draw another encounter because we didn't do a explore action. So actually, Frenzy. Each monster controls activates twice during your villain phase. Well, he would activate again, so basically the skeleton would have acted. So I would have killed the skeleton, picked up this card, he would have activated. What does it say? He's immobilized. Next time the monster would activate, discard. Yeah, so we're going to have to discard this now. So the sequence of event was, and I didn't play this correctly, was I killed the skeleton, pulled the treasure. The rat swarm wouldn't activate due to this card. But because he activated a second time on an encounter, that would put this treasure card into the discard pile. So that takes away the discard there. So he is back to normal. It is the hero's turn. I can attack and a move. So I think we're going to certainly want to attack our rat swarm and get rid of the rat swarm. He's going to use our Tide of Iron. The rat swarm has a 12, so basically I just need a 4. I got a 15, or 12 I should say. So we'll remove our rat swarm. Rat swarm joins his friends in death. We should have almost enough. So I've attacked. Now I could get a treasure or cure a hit point. At this point I really like the regen of my ring, so I'm good with that, and we're just going to regen. Now I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. We are now on to the dungeon tile phase. We're going to move that up. It is another black, which is an encounter. So we haven't come across any white tiles yet, which is what triggers the time track. However, we are going to have to pull a monster card. And we have a gargoyle. Now, one thing I should mention about the game itself is that most of the monsters move by tile as opposed to the squares like our heroes. So our gargoyle is here. I just showed you a little quick of that. And we're going to just put that up. He hits very hard. The gargoyle's within that one tile. It's going to move to the closest hero tile and attacks that hero on that tile. Otherwise, the gargoyle does nothing. So the gargoyle is out. It is now the encounter phase. Oh, Strahd attacks. Each hero within the one tile of the active hero. Attack each hero within one tile of the active hero. Okay, so this is Strahd's attack. And so I have a dilemma. It says attack each hero within one tile of the active hero. But it doesn't say anything about attacking the hero himself. So I'm going to interpret that as not having a bad thing. And maybe somebody can correct me in the comments later. It is now the gargoyle's turn. He is going to move adjacent. And then he's going to attack. He's going to use Whirlwind of Claws. He is a +8. As you know, my AC is 17. So we have 18. He is going to hit. He hits for 2. He hits for 2. And then he's going to slow me. So I don't know what slow does. So let's take a quick look at what slow does. It says, your speed is 2. Discard this condition at the end of your hero phase. So, my speed is 2. So I'm going to go slow. And again, I am not going to make it to the edge of the board, which means I'm going to have to take another encounter, which is fine. So we're back to our hero phase. Actually, we can, because I don't have to attack. This is where we start to really get to the dilemma of, do I attack and I'm not going to kill him? Or do I move to there and keep pushing forward? I've got regen, so we're not too bad. We've got a +2 hit points here. If I really have to take care of that gargoyle, I could use Precision Strike. And maybe that's what I would like to do. Okay, so I'm going to use my Precision Strike as a fighter. It gives me +11 and does 2 damage. So pretty much, as long as I roll a 4 or more, 5 or more, we should be good. 11. So we are good. We have killed our gargoyle. The gargoyle is worth 3 experience points, as you can see right there. So we have enough, and then so I can move 1, 2. Now the good news here is that no white tiles are going to come out, so nothing's going to move here. We're not going to spawn any monsters. The bad news is now we're into the villain phase. There are no monsters or villains. We are going to take an encounter. It is green slime. Yay! And it says, attack each hero on the active hero's tile. Oh my. I could lose my ring of regeneration here. It says if the active hero is it, by this attack, the active hero discards a 1 treasure card at random. Oh, that would be my ring of regeneration. So as you can see, he's 8 plus 6. I have 17. He has to roll 11 or more. He rolls a 14. Yes! Yes! So not only does he do 2 hit points of damage on me, which gives us now the 1, 2, 3, 6 out of 10. That's the encounters. Not only do we do that, I have to get rid of the ring. So I cannot regenerate. That is not very nice. And we're just going to move that along a little bit. So this game is going, about as good as I would expect the game. Now, technically, as you saw, I would have actually randomly won, but this makes more interesting for you to see the different mechanics and some of the different cards. And there we are. So we're actually at 6. Our slowed is done. And we are into the next hero phase. You can see now how quickly we are starting to move this game along. The only thing I can really do is just move to the edge of the board. I can't attack. I can't move again. We are into the dungeon tile. We have another black, which is another encounter. We're going to spawn a monster. This time it is a spider. Yay. So we are going to pull a spider. And you can see, let me just show you that miniature. Oh, pull him over. There we go. Oh my God, he looks like a spider. These are not bad miniatures. I mean, for a game. Now remember, he has a 15-1. Okay, if the spider is adjacent, he is not. If the spider is within tile, he's going to attack the closest hero with his acidic web. So he doesn't move. The acidic web is a plus 11. 1 and slow.
Sorry, I missed that. Could you say it again, please?
That was my phone chiming in. I don't know why my phone was chiming in. But anyway. 1 and slowed. Place the spider adjacent to the hero. Nice. So, he is a plus 11. I am a 17. He did not swish. So I'm going to take another damage. I am slowed, so I'm only going to move 2. Fortunately, I can move diagonally. So we're just going to do that. And that's where the spider is. Now he only has 1 hit point. So we will be able to move along here. We'll just pull this up a little bit. There we go. Because we're going to probably want to move. I don't want to get closer to Strahd, so we're going to probably want to move this way, which means just moving things down a little bit here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Tide of Iron, a plus 8. The spider has an AC of 15, so I'm going to need 7 or more. 17, I've taken care of the spider. My ring is gone, so I'm pretty much going to have to take a treasure. Play this blessing immediately. Until the end of the turn, the hero gains plus 2 bonus to attack rolls. Well, that really doesn't do me any good because I've already attacked. And you discard these blessings at the end of the hero phase. So that's just really going to be useless. What we're going to do now at this point is move him 2. 1, 2. Because we can move diagonally, that allows me to actually explore a tile. Up, it is another black tile. Okay, we're going to have to do some shuffling here. So we're going to just put him over here. It is a black. We're going to get an encounter. Let's take a monster. It is a ghoul. We have a ghoul here. And we'll explain what he does in a second. I'm going to pull a ghoul out. So here is our ghoul. Very nice miniature. But first, because we pulled a black triangle, we're going to get another encounter. We have 7 hit points. We only have 3 hit points left. Oh my gosh. It's an ambush. You can pretty much see that there's really nothing good happens here. Attack each hero on the active hero tile. Place a new monster on the active hero's tile. Okay, so we're going to attack. It's a +8, and if I'm attacked, I'll be slowed. 8 plus 12 is 20. That means I am slowed again. Then place a new monster on the active hero's tile. So we're going to take our monster card, and we are going to pull another ghoul. Isn't that fun? And I don't have any friends to help me. Yeah, I'm just going to pull another ghoul out of the pile. Here he is. Here's another ghoul. Now, it is the villain turn. We've done our encounter. There's no villains. We are going to attack. We are going to pull. They're both the same. They are 16 ones. If he's adjacent to a hero, it attacks with a bite. And it does 3 damage. And it's a +9. Oh boy. 8. +9 is 17. I have nothing I can do about that. He takes a bite out of me for 3. Which basically puts me down to 10. Which means I'm basically dead. This monster's still going to take his turn. He's going to move adjacent, even though there is nothing to fight here. And that is the end of the turn. And you can see I have just stood up. Now I have to stand up. So the rules state that at the end of my turn, I will actually stand up. Use up one of these healing surges. I can surge for, according to my card, 5 hit points. So I will actually get, we had 10, we'll go back up to, we'll -5, so we are still missing 5 hit points. A natural 20 would be really good because then I could level up and get my hit points back and have a go at it. I don't have that regen. So I could, if we look at our tiles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tiles. I'm slowed, so the best I'm going to do is probably get over here. So we're going to just move these out as I think out loud here. I'm actually enjoying this, really. And we'll do some final thoughts. But anyway, we'll just move these along. So I am going to attack this one so that I can move over to here. So the attack is here. I'm just going to use my, the only 1 hit points. I'm going to use a +8. Either of these attacks. So we'll just move it +8. 8 plus 5 is 13, and he has a 16. I swished. So now we have a decision to make because I could go back the other way. I'm going to take an encounter. I could go here and try to push it, but I'm not going to get it, which means I'm going to spawn another monster and risk dying again. I could try to run away, but as you know, this guy is going to move for sure. And this guy is going to move for sure. And I have to take an encounter. And there's nothing new close to here. So if I go here, it's going to be difficult, and I'm going to take an encounter. But maybe the risk to the encounter is better. So we're going to do, and we can move twice. So I am slowed. So my speed is 2, which means I'm still going to get this guy with me. So I think what we're going to do is we'll do an attack. Oh no, didn't we miss? Yeah, we did miss. So best I can do is move 2, 1, 2. And that is that. I am not slowed anymore. That's the good news. I don't have to pull another monster. I am going to get an encounter card. We are into the villain phase because there's nothing to explore, so we'll pull up an encounter card, and let's just hope it's nothing really bad. Prowling Spirits. You must discard one of your treasure cards of choice. Well, I don't have any treasure cards. That is the end of that. Now we're going to move. If he's adjacent, if the ghoul's within 1 tile, he's going to move adjacent. And he's going to use a paralyzing strike. Or paralyzing claw, I should say. And it might immobilize me. Yay. This guy is just going to move. This guy 1 tile. Otherwise, the ghoul moves 1 tile towards the closest hero. Actually, in theory, it really would have made a difference because we would have gone here. Might have been better to explore. So what's going to basically happen, they're going to do both an immobilizing strike at a +7. We'll start with this guy. +7, +20. He's an immobilizing strike. I take 1 more hit. My dice rolling has been sucky. I mean, these guys are not missing at all. I am immobilized as well, which means I can't move. He rolls a 5, so he misses, which is good. But I am immobilized. It's back to my turn. The only thing I can do is basically attack. So let's hope for something better. So I have a +8, as you know. So we're just going to roll an 8. +8 is 16, which is enough to kill one of the ghouls. So we might as well kill this ghoul. Let me just think here. We did an encounter, didn't we not? Yes. No, let's just see. I may not have done the encounter. Yes, it did. It was the treasure cards. Okay, so we've killed one of the ghouls. I still can't regenerate, but I can take a treasure and hope that it does give me a regenerate. Play this fortune immediately. You can spend 5 experience to have your hero become 2nd level. So we are now going to level up. That is fantastic. That is really going to be helpful. So what's going to happen is we're going to flip our card. It is going to give us 12 hit points. Now let me check and see whether my hit points reset or not. So the big difference is that I am now going to have an AC of 18 and a surge of 6. My hit points are now 12, so we still don't lose our our damage, but we're good. The good news is we actually get to pull another hero card, a daily card according to the rules, and there is only one daily card here. Where is it? There it is. So it's the Cleave. So this might be good news in terms of the game itself, because now I can actually maybe attack 2 monsters if I have to. So we've killed a monster. We can attack. We are ready to go back to the hero phase. No, we've killed one. Yep. We are now into the monster phase. I'm sorry. I'm also going to... Well, that's the start. So it is the monster turn. He is going to... There's no villain. I do have to do an encounter, though. So into the villain phase. So I've killed this guy. Or I have to spend... I've leveled up because I took the treasure card. It is now the monster's attack, and he is going to attack me with, because he is adjacent, with the bite, which is +9, and he does 3 damage. Oh, but we do have an 18, so he's got to do 9 or better, 10 of course. So he is going to do 3 damage to me. Oh my gosh. 1, 2. I don't know. I'm at 9 out of 12. That is the end of the turn, which is good. I am going to use my fighter ability, Unstoppable, just to gain it back to the top. I'm going to get 2 of these hit points back. I am actually going to move now. I'm not slowed, so I'm actually going to move out this way. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to do exactly the same things because we can move twice, as you know. Remember, I can attack and move and attack, move and move. And then we'll do 5 to the end here. This gets us away from this monster. He will move here to 1 tile. And then it gives me a bit of breathing space. Okay, next up, we will take our tile. It is another black. I don't know where all the white ones are. So I'm going to pull our sun tile just a little bit out. We still haven't pulled any white ones, which is good. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I got a little ridge in the board. That's fine. Now what's going to happen is, as you know, it is black, so we're going to do an encounter. But first, the monster card. So we have the ghoul. We have a zombie. Pretty weak, but he's got special power. It says 1 for each monster on the zombie's tile. Oh, for each monster on the zombie's tile. So we can actually do some big damage. But he's not a big damage dealer. Let me pull out a zombie. So I've pulled out a zombie. I wonder if it's a slow-moving zombie or a fast-moving zombie. We are now going to pull the encounter card. Howl of the Wolf. Oh, choose 1 monster on the hero's tile. That monster immediately activates. Fortunately, we don't have a monster on any hero's tile. So that is good. That doesn't bother us. It is now the ghoul's turn. He is going to move to a 1 tile closer. Our zombie is now going to work. If he's within 1 tile, he's going to move adjacent, and he's going to use a rotting fist. Now, fortunately, zombies are weak. +5. Whoops, we'll just move that out a little bit. Oh boy, there we are. Sorry about that. A +5 and a 20, so he basically hits. I'm really not liking this game in terms of getting smacked around. Now, I can use... Oh, I forgot to get... up to 5 experience to get rid of an encounter. So we may have to do some of that. I could have done that earlier. That would have probably saved some grief. It's a rule I just looked up. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. So we can start canceling some encounters with our experience points. So the zombie attacked. It is the end of the turn. So we're back to the hero's turn. Zombies are weak. So I'm actually going to roll the dice, and we're going to attack our zombie. So we have rolled a 6 plus the zombie, my attack, which is... What is my attack these days? Oh, sorry, yeah. 6 plus 8 is 14. Got confused there. So 14 is greater than the 11 AC that the zombie has. You can see he has an 11 AC. He's going to go into our pile. Actually, what it's going to... Yes, that's right. Zombie's going to go into our pile. And then I can now move. I'm going to move here. Which puts me... Actually, I'll move here. Which is going to put me into this tile. We are into the explore phase. We still have no white tiles. I know there's white tiles. But that's okay. I'm sure they're going to come. It means we're going to get an encounter. And we're going to pull another monster card. It's a Cobalt Skirmisher. Here he is. He's so little and tiny. I don't know if you're going to see him, but there he is. He's going to go on here. And you can see there is his stats. He's a +9, 1 damage, 1 experience. Now we're going to have to pull an encounter. We may... Crackling Skull. This is environmental. So environmental ones stay out on the board until remains until a new environment. Whenever your hero uses a daily power or utility power, the hero takes 1 damage. We've used both already, so far that's not going to hurt us. We'll just put that up a little closer for you. There it is. And in fact, what I'm going to do is use 5 of my experience. 1, 3, 5 of my experience to actually cancel that. Actually, I don't need to cancel it. Sorry, why would I? Because I've already used my hero power. So you know what? We're okay. I'm not going to worry about it. We are now going to look at the monster activations. So first, the ghoul, he's still lagging behind, but he does move 1 step closer. The kobold is within 1 tile. He attacks the closest here with a thrown javelin. So he is +9 to my 18, so he needs a 9 or more. Hopefully not. 2, he swishes. Finally get a break. Whew. So we're going to move these guys up. The ghoul is, we're going to just put them up here. The reason being is because we're going to double back here a little bit on the next turn. So we've moved our ghoul, we've moved our skirmisher. I'm going to do a move. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to do my attack. Any one attack would be good. It's only a 1, so basically I'm going to use my Tide of Iron. The kobold skirmisher is only a 13. 10, we're good. The skirmisher dies a good death in battle. We get to grab that card. That is the end of our turn. We move. We will pull this dungeon tile out. And we have another card with black. We have been super lucky not to pull any white cards. Now, this is a danger here if we get it wrong, because we could get trapped. But anyway, we will pull a monster card. Whoops. Just pull the first one. It is another kobold skirmisher. He is going to go here. We do have to pull an encounter. Spear Gauntlet. This is a trap. So this is where I'm going to say, no thank you. We are going to spend the 5 experience to not have that issue. There we go. That encounter is finished. Now it is the ghoul's turn. He just gets to move. He just keeps chasing. He gets to throw a javelin. So we're going to throw our javelin. He has a 6. A 6 plus 9 is 15, which is not enough because we need 16. So he has missed. The problem is, of course, now, because he was arranged, I could try to go out this way. This might be the smart way to go. So I'm just going to readjust the board, and that will start to put these guys outside the range next turn. The kobold will be out the range. Or I could go... Either way, I can try to attack him and deal with an encounter. But the ghoul is going to get closer as well. So do I take a chance to come down here? And you can see I could get trapped. If this is a dead end and not get a piece that goes this way, I could get trapped and then have 2 monsters. So I think what we're going to do is take a chance on the encounter. Take a chance that these guys are... If he hits, though, that's going to be really bad for me. I think... And the ghoul has what in terms of a hit point? 1. Okay. So I am going to move first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And diagonally is perfectly good in this game. I am going to hit the ghoul, who has a 16. So I am taking a huge risk here. So a +8. Because if he hits me, I basically I got a 16 plus 8. I do the 1 damage on the ghoul. Phew, the ghoul is gone. I get that in my pile. I am not exploring, which means now we are into the villain phase, which I'm going to take an encounter. Ghost of Prince Ariel. Flip over 1 unused daily power or utility power. If you don't have an unused power to flip, take 1 damage. This is actually not a bad one. Except now that we have this on the board, it kind of really hurts. But I'll take my 2 hit points back, my utility power. Again, we are down 1 healing surge. I'll just get that out, and we'll leave that on the board. It is now the monster phase. He's going to move 1 tile closer to the hero. And it is our turn, and we're going to go out this way. So I'm going to move the sun. Oops. So I've had to move the rules off the side. So we still haven't moved our sun marker yet. So we have killed that monster. We've moved. We've encountered. It's back to the hero phase. I did kill the ghoul, and so I actually could take a treasure at this point. That's nice. Yeah, that's right. We did. It was Prince. Okay, so we've taken our treasure. Or was this an encounter? It was an encounter. Sorry about that. We've taken our encounter. We moved our... And then so we can take our treasure for killing the ghoul. Glyph the warning. This item during your hero phase instead of attacking. The Glyph the warning markers your... Place the Glyph of Warning marker on your tile. The first monster that moves to it takes 1 damage. Use this item during your hero's phase instead of attacking. The Glyph of Warding. I'm going to have to figure out which tile that is. So this should help. Because that Cobalt Skirmisher is coming. Not a bad problem to have. Because we kill that. It is now the Cobalt's turn. I've killed that. He is actually going to go here. The Glyph of Warning goes poof. Not really that noisy. The Cobalt really dies. Now, I am unsure to whether or not I actually would get the experience because I didn't kill him. So we're going to say that that's not how that works. And we're going to just put that up there. We are safe at least for 1 more turn. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. So, and then our Glyph of Warning is now gone. It is our turn. I can only move 1. I can't attack anything. We're just going to move the tile. It is a white tile this time. That means we're actually going to move 1 up on the sun track. So we are on 2. So we are 1 step closer to Strahd. We are putting on another Cobalt Skirmisher. We don't have to encounter at least. And he's going to roll the dice. Because there's no villain, so we're just going to write to the Cobalt. Cobalt rolls 1, which is a swish. Phew. And that is all that we are going to do this turn. We come back to the hero phase. First thing I was going to do is move. Second, then we're going to attack our Cobalt with a Tide of Iron. So basically 14 plus 8 is 22. We have killed the Cobalt Skirmisher. Which let's just put that in the pile and take another treasure. Hopefully it's useful. It is a play this fortune immediate. Discard an environmental card in play. So this environmental card is gone, which is good. We've cleared the air. We are now going to pull another tile. It is a black tile. Oh my gosh. So we're going to take another zombie and we're going to put him to an edge. The farthest edge I can think of is probably over here. That is good. No, well, it's not good, but it's not bad either. The first thing that's going to happen is this zombie is going to move. And he's going to use a Rotting Fist. So it is a +5, so he doesn't really hit hard. So 5 plus 7. He doesn't hit. This guy's just going to move closer. 1 tile. And that is it for the zombies. So I am actually running out of room. So we're going to just put our cards together here right now because we pretty much know what those are. Because we're probably, I'm not sure which way we're going to go. We may go up. The risk, of course, going up is that we're getting closer to the there. Okay, so we are going to go to my turn. The first thing we're going to do is an attack. We're going to attack our zombie. He only has 11. We're going to use our Tide of Iron. 17. We have killed the zombie. They're both the same, so we'll just take a zombie card. We are going to move our speed, which is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the edge of the tile. That is the end of our turn. We are now into the next dungeon, which will give us an encounter. And a mother monster, which is another zombie. Wow. So we are going to be zombified here. We are now going to do our encounter. So we're going to try to speed this up a little bit here. Circle of Death. Now that's what you want to hear when you're playing D&D. Circle of Death. What I'm going to do is, I should have 5 more hit points. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are, 5. Thank goodness. We will cancel that encounter. Phew, because that would have been not very good for us. Okay, so that encounter has been canceled. This is the easiest zombie to move, so we're actually going to move this zombie over one. Dun, 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 dun. We'll just put these guards up here. This zombie's going to move close. He is going to do what? He is doing a Rotten Fist, which is a +5. He'll do 1 damage if he hits. So let's hope. I have an 18, so he misses, which is great. Okay, it is back to me. Oh, this zombie, did he move? He moved 1, 2, yep, he moved to here. That's good. We're back to myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might buy me a little time here and get 1 more out. So I'm going to move for the first, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, which is good. That is all because I'm not going to attack. I could attack, I suppose. I might as well. It makes sense to attack, really. So I'm going to use my Tide of Iron +8. 8 + 2 is 10. I missed. We're still going to do that move, which we already said. We are into the dungeon tile laying phase. This is a white, so we are now going to move our day marker up 1 more. Whew. We are going to pull another monster. It is a Wraith. He is a 15-2, does 3 damage. Oh my god, he's only a +6, so he probably may or may not hit me that badly, but this is not boding well for this particular game. We are going to grab a Wraith. This Wraith is in this blue is not as defined as some of the other ones, so I don't know if this mini is as cool as the other ones, but it is what it is. So we don't do an encounter. That's the good news. The bad news is this zombie's going to move closer. This zombie's going to move closer. And what is the Wraith going to do? It's going to use a life drain. So this could be a problem for me. We shall see. He's going to move adjacent. Da, 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 da. And he says, I'm a +6. If he misses, he'll do a damage to himself. But we will roll, and let's hope. We have a high AC, so let's just hope. He rolled a 17. So basically, he's going to do 3 damage to me. I am sitting at 11 damage of the 12. Now, and I do have one surge left. Oh my. And it's going to take 2 hit points to get rid of him, and I don't have a ton of hit points to get rid of him, and I'm kind of trapped. I could try to get back this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that does put a whack of monsters. And it's starting to be a bit of a race here. We are down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles. So, but all I had, if I take one hit, I'll just have one surge left unless something comes up. But I think that might work because the zombies might miss. Because if I attack the Wraith is going to get another shot at me next turn. But I could still pull a tile here, perhaps. We'll move the treasures out of the way. Okay, let's do the Wraith and see what we can do here. So the Wraith has a AC of 15. I'm going to attack with the Tide. Oh, not the Tide of Iron this time, though. I think we're going to do the... So choose one monster within one tile of you. Place that monster adjacent to your hero and attack it. Whew. Well, I could get rid of this guy, but I think we need to do this. 19. We didn't get the 20. We've only done one hit to that particular monster, which is unfortunate for us. Now I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go to here just to keep the board tight. Whoops, that's our zombie. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We've attacked that. We have attacked. We've moved. We will pull another dungeon tile. It is another white tile. Strahd is now. We are on 4 of the 5. I will just pull that up for you very quickly. We are 4 of the 5. We are going to pull another monster. We have 4 monsters on the board. We have a gargoyle. So I'm thinking that we are not going to last long. We have 4 monsters on the board. So our first zombie, our second zombie, our Wraith is going to attack us with a +6. If the Wraith hits us, we are basically going to die. 4 + 6 is 10. The Wraith missed us, thankfully. The gargoyle is now going to move. And he's going to move adjacent. The problem is he's got an attack with his claw. So he could do 2 damage, and we're sitting at 11. So, but he is only a +5. Or +8, sorry. And he'll do 2 damage if he hits us. So, whoops, start to get nervous. So 5 plus 8 is 12. He has missed us. Wow, we have lucked out here. So, what do we do at this point? It's back to the hero's turn. We are going to take our Wraith, and hopefully we're going to hit this Wraith. He is a 15. 10 plus my 8 is 1 damage. So the Wraith is now hit and gone. Oops, that's in the wrong spot. We can take our Wraith card out of the and into our pile. We do have quite a bit of monsters going on here. Then we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to the edge, which means we're going to take another dungeon tile, which is another white tile, which now takes us to the 5th and final spot, which is not a good thing because we are now into the final race, because out comes our chief of the dungeon, Count Strahd. He is going to go here. Plus, the fact that we'd still have to put a monster out. Oh, gosh. So So this is a blazing skeleton. Yes, he is blazing. Who is going to go here? He's 13 and 2. If he's within one attack, it attacks with a hero. The closest hero start with a ball of fire. Yeah, that's what we really need to hear at this point. Is he's going to attack with a ball of fire. So we have 5 monsters out on the board, including Strahd. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Somewhere there might be more. What I might going to do is I'm probably going to take these tiles off just so I can pull this down, so we'll get that appearance of that we're going to scroll a little bit just to give us some more room. So this turn we are going to move our zombies ever closer. 1, 2. Our gargoyle is within 1 tile. It moves to the closest hero and it will attack with a whirlwind. He has a +8 plus my 12, so let's hope for a 10 or less, or not a 10, the up 8, so he misses. Our blazing guy is going to send a fireball our way, which basically would kill me. 9 plus 7 is... No, that's 6. Sorry, is that a 6? No, that's 9 plus 7 is a 16. I am an 18. He misses. Whew. On a miss, he does a damage to himself. Goodbye. And then, and the villain. The villain should have moved first, but that's okay. If Strahd has 5 hit points, he does. If he's within 1 tile, he's not with another hero. If Strahd has 5 hit points, no. Otherwise, he moves 2. 1, 2. So Strahd is moving up closer. Now, what I'm going to do, just for the sake of being able to move the board around, we're going to move the dungeon around a little bit here, and I'm going to move the bottom layer because we're not coming back this way anytime soon. We're going to continue pushing forward because it will help keep Strahd away. I don't know how much longer we can actually last in this dungeon. We will try to go as long as we can. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is my turn again. Again, we have 1 healing surge left. We are down. We have 11 of the 12 hit points. We are in kind of serious trouble. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adjacent. I'm going to try to take out our blazing. He is a 13. I am an 8. 15, not a problem. We'll take out our blazing skeleton. We will take his card. 1 less thing. He is worth 2 experience. At least we're having some experience to keep the encounters away. Then we are going to do our explore phase. Strahd's on the board at this point. So it's a white. We don't encounter anything, but we will spawn a monster. Oh my gosh, we'll just clean these up and put them in the bottom. We'll move this here. We are going to spawn another monster though. It is a rat swarm. We don't do an encounter. First up is the Baron. 1, 2 tiles over. Our gargoyles are going to move. 1, 2. Or I should say my zombies are going to move. My gargoyles are going to move adjacent and take a smack at me. Let's just hope that he does not hit. He rolls a 1. As you know, that's a critical failure. So he doesn't really actually hit me. The swarm are going to move adjacent. There's 7 for 1 damage, but 1 damage would do it. So let's hope he doesn't do it. 7 plus 15, he does the 1 damage. That is going to take us down to 0. We fall over. Ugh. It is our turn. We are going to use our healing surge, which gives us basically 6 hit points. So we are halfway through our life. Then we stand back up. And let's move this think we got room for one more tile. It's very, very tight. It is my turn. I'm going to try to off. Who's going to be the hardest? The gargoyle, I think. Wow, and it's 2 points of damage, so he could last. But if I could get something decent as a treasure, so I might try to off the swarm with my tide. Well, let me just see what we got here. Okay, we're going to use cleave actually. This is an attack one adjacent monster for +6, and if I am able to hit it, I can choose another monster and do 1 damage. So we're going to start with the rat swarm. He's a 12. 16, we're going to hit our rat swarm, which can put that in our pile, which allows me to hit the gargoyle. Now he's a 16. We're good. 12 plus the 8 would be more than enough. We will do 1 damage on the gargoyle. And then I'm going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Phew, this is really not going as well as we would like. We will now pull a dungeon. Oh my gosh. At the very top, you can see I have a white. So we're going to, let me adjust this a little bit. We're going to take off these tiles that, whoops. Let's take off these tiles. I'm going to count Strahd's thing here a bit. Again. And of course we get a monster down here. Oh, yes, we don't get the encounter. It is a wolf. So we'll just add a wolf to the pile. First up is Strahd. He's going to move 2. 1, 2. Our gargoyles are going to move. Our zombies are moving. Our gargoyle moves adjacent. He is going to attack with an 8. So let's hope we miss. 8 plus 9 is 17. I have an 18. He misses. Whew. The wolf is going to attack. He is going to pounce, which is a +7. He'll slow me if he actually hits. 6 plus 7, he misses, which is a nice thing to do. And so we've moved the villains, moved the things. We're into the next phase. Everybody is coming off. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to kill the gargoyle. So he is a 16, and I'm going to use the at-will cleave. So we're going to start with the gargoyle at 14 plus 6 is 20. So we actually kill the gargoyle. So I'm starting to feel like we are actually accomplishing something. Then we get to hit the wolf because we hit. And we will just use the regular tide iron, which is an 8. 8 plus 15. We actually off the wolf as well. We have bought ourselves some breathing room in this game. And then we're going to move. Then we're going to move our dungeon tile. And it's still not the... We'll move everything over. We're going to take off these tiles here as we scroll our dungeon. We are going to put a monster out, which is a blazing skeleton. Ooh, he loves his fireballs. There we go. Now we're going to move. The villain moves first. So he's going to move 1, 2 tiles. The gargoyles are going to move 2. The blazing guy moves here. We'll just scroll the scroll our dungeon. This would be a table hog. There we go. We can scroll our dungeon. We'll take these off as well. There we go. We've scrolled our dungeon. That gives us some room. There we are. Our blazing, he's a 2. Let's hope he misses. And he is a 7. And I'm an 18. He's a 16. He does not miss. He does 2 damage to me. Oh, and I could have taken 2 treasures. I forgot to take the treasures. So let's just take our treasures because we killed the gargoyle and the wolf. So the first one is use this item during your hero phase. Flip up one of your unused towers, which is good. And this one would have been Holy Water. Choose an undead monster within 1 tile of you. It takes 1 damage instead of attacking. Oh, well, that might be handy. But we can only have 1 item. I think what we will do is use our Holy Water. That's a treasure. I'll just put that under. Actually, right now, if we're into the hero, so we're into the hero phase. Now, if we recall, we will gain our 2 hit points back at the beginning of our hero phase. Because too bad I couldn't have kept that one, I guess, but that's the way it goes. We've bought ourselves a little bit more time. We are down to the last 3 tiles. Okay. First thing he's going to do, he's going to move his 5. 1, 2, 3. He's just going to move right to here. At the blazing cell there. He's going to save the Holy Water and just attack him with his normal Tide of Iron, which is a +8. 14 + 8 is 22. He does 1 damage. Unfortunately, he's not dead. We are going to now explore. Let's hope. Oh my god, no! Okay, it's a white encounter. We get another monster, which is another gargoyle. Okay. Strahd is going to go first. He's going to move 2. Our gargoyles move up. Our blazing cell is adjacent. He is within 1 tile right next door, so he is going to toss. He is a 7. 7 + 10 is 17. I am an 18. We are good. My armor stands up. The gargoyle now will move. Oops. The gargoyle goes here. And he's going to hit me for 8. So he's a +8, and gargoyles are hard to hit. So +19. Is that a 19? Nope, 12. 12 plus is 20. I am going to take 2 damage. So we are now 9 out of the 12. We have no surges left. Whew, this is getting to be a sticky situation. We have 2 tiles left. We have to survive 2 tiles, and Strahd is right on us. Anyway, so we've done our attacks. I haven't killed anybody. It is my turn again. I am going to use the Holy Water instead of the attack to off the Skelly, the blazing skeleton. So, goodbye, treasure. Goodbye, blazing skeleton. We are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the edge of the board. And now we are going to encounter, and there is our staircase. So all we got to do is off the guard, live long enough to not have it. I have a feeling that we are not going to do this because Strahd moves 2. So we can, the best we can, maybe we can survive 1 more turn. But I don't think so because here comes Mr. Strahd. And you have to be alone with no monsters. So I think that we've pretty much lost. At this point, there we are. Fiddle, 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 fiddle. So the good news is we found the hidden staircase. The bad news is Strahd is going to move first. He's going to move 2, 1. Well, let's just read here what Strahd does here. He might have something. If he's within one here, he is not. If he's in one tile, another here, he's not. He's not 5. No. Otherwise, he moves 2 to the hero's most hit points remaining. So he's actually not going to do anything. So he is moving into this tile, and that's his turn, the last one. So we are lucky that we do not do that. Now everybody moves. The zombie, the gargoyle is going to now do his thing. So he is a +8. 8 plus 10 is 18. I do have 18 AC, so I am going to take one more hit. But but I didn't start the problem is I believe I have to start my turn on that last tile. So this is, what does it say? It's defeat. If you win when the hero starts his or her turn on the secret stairway tile. Oh, it doesn't say anything about actually doing that. Okay, so it is my turn. I am not starting in the secret stairway tile. But I will attack. I may as well attack the zombie, the gargoyle. 13. I will do 1 damage to him. And then I am going to move. So I'm going to go here onto the secret stairway. Now the problem, of course, is that I'm going to have to do an encounter because I didn't explore. I did explore, sorry. Oh, here I am. So actually, he moved, yeah. Okay, yeah, my first turn is to hit him once, move to here. We are waiting and ready. We are now doing the villain phase. So Strahd is going to do something. If he's the one with the most hit points remaining, he moves adjacent to here and bites. A bite is a +8. So he is going to move. He gets a +8. Strahd does 2 damages, and he gains a hit point. I mean, he's not down a hit point. So I am at 11. This is a nail biter, folks, because next up will be our gargoyles. One gargoyle is going to move. Our zombies. Our zombies are moving. Our gargoyle will move adjacent to us as well. If he misses, we will win the game. So it is all down to the last roll. He has a +8. We are down to the last roll. This is it. If I can pull this off, I will win. 11. 11 plus 8 is 19. Unfortunately, boom. Our hero almost made it out of the dungeon. Super close. It couldn't have gotten any closer. It was a nail biter right to the end. We did find that secret staircase, but we didn't make it. I am sad. Anyway, let's take a quick final thoughts here, and that will be it. We have played through this game. I'm going to put it all away. We're going to do some final thoughts, and then I'll think about the next one in the series. So, final thoughts time. This is a gateway. I had fun. I think it came across that I had fun. Other than that bit at the beginning where I actually won, basically I just reset it back so we can give you a full game. Hopefully this runs less than an hour. I am not sure. It is 7:30 my time, a.m., and I don't know what time I started. I was playing Elder Scrolls Online before this with my coffee just to do that. Anyway, and I'm not quite sure how I did this. I may have just taken that off, but shh, if I made a mistake, I'll point it out in the rules here. So basically, this is a very fun, light dungeon crawler, if we can call it that, based on the D&D 4th edition rules. We are, I think now they're on the 6th edition, and of course, if you have a PC and you play D&D, you probably know about Baldur's Gate, that 3 that's been in beta release for a while, or early release or early access, and that's quite fun. You get a little bit better choices of classes like druids, and I don't know if they have a necromancer, but they might. But at the end of the day, this is a good gateway filler game. You can see how fast it was. You move and attack and move and move. All the monsters move. You encounter, you explore, you encounter. The villain moves, the monsters move, they attack you, and you just race. So this game, the first scenario was a race. Would have I lasted longer if I had the regen ring that I lost? Probably. I might have gotten an extra turn right at the end here. Unfortunately, we lost that. Did I play optimally? It's hard to tell once I review the rules. But I recommend this. If you are interested in Dungeons and Dragons, if you are interested in getting into the board gaming space, for $70 Canadian, so it's probably a little bit less US. Usually it'll probably run about maybe 45 to 50 US. I would get this. It's a good starter gateway game. Highly recommend it. So what else can I say about this? And it's Dungeons and Dragons. So if you enjoyed the video here today and the explanations and the rules, please hit the like, subscribe. I really would appreciate your subscription to help me grow my channel. Tell your friends. Also, if you want to be notified, hit the notification, the bell, and hopefully you'll be notified of these videos in the future. I am going to do more of this style where I'm going to unbox components, set up, rules, play, and do them in 2 parts with some final thoughts. So that is all for today. I am done. I am now going to edit this over the next day or two. Hopefully we'll get this up in due time. This is Harry Jacobs. I am the North of 60 Gamer. This is the North of 60 Gaming channel, and I thank you for being here.